What's going on, everybody? This is Fry. So today I'm so excited to finally, I know it's February, finally show you the top zombie deck for each hero of 2021. We discovered a lot of really new cool decks this past year, especially because I played in my first ever competitive tournament. I feel like that really opened up my brain to really crunch and test and many hours into finding a whole new batch except for Valtrickster Hybrid, a whole new batch. You guys will see. A whole new batch of best decks for you. I already published the plants, and now we are going to do the zombies. And we are going to start with the first zombie hero and go through. Of course, the order which we go through them is a little bit unintuitive. It's actually Super Brainz, then Smash. It goes like this. It goes down, and then the last one's HG. That's how it all makes sense. And we are going to start with our the iconic superhero, Super Brainz. Now, before I explain this deck, first of all, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the deck, explain it, and then play one game with each deck. So we're going to be playing 11 games today. We will be doing even some bets out of the 11 games. I think we have to win 9 out of 11. 9 out of 11. That's what it's going to be. Before I explain the Super Brainz deck in particular, I need to explain something weird that happened this year, in my opinion, with the Sneaky class. The Sneaky class is the best zombie class, in my opinion, and most of the best zombie decks for all the Sneaky heroes are almost going to be completely the same, and it's going to be sort of with slight variance depending on what the other class. And it's going to be 4 Headstone Carvers, 4 Monkey Pirates, 4 Swashbucklers, 4 Flame Fates. Really solid early game. Probably 4 Line Dancing Zombies. Raptor is a possible. I'm just going to be running Line Dancing Zombies in this deck. You're basically going to be running 3 or 4 laser-based alphas, a very good environment, not only for removing things, but also for activating your high-attack cards, like your Yeti, who has 5 attack. Once he freezes something, or the Mix of Gravedigger, you want a way of being able to activate these cards and make them do finishing damage. But basically, in the late game, you're going Pogo, Yeti, Mug. Pogo will bounce anything off the field. Yeti will freeze anything and grow. And Mix of Gravedigger reactivates your Pogo and your Yeti, making them bounce another card, puts them in a gravestone, and then reactivates their ability, making them freeze, which makes you have a really strong... Again, this is a card I haven't used that much until this past year. Really kind of got this from the Discord guys with their Lockout deck. But really makes a free trade, and then you play Mix of Gravedigger, it pops out, and then enables another free trade to happen. The freeze is really a lot of value when you have 2 even cards going up against each other. Now your guy lives unscathed and their guy dies. And there's going to be slight variance on this deck. For example, with Super Brainz, you have bonus attacks, another very good way of finishing off opponents. You can do that with your pirates in the early game. You can also do that with your naturally high attack cards. And we're also running a couple of Chimney Sweeps in this deck to just have another 1-cost card. Really strong if you can get off on turn, get your field going on turn 1. And then especially since we're running Monkey Pirate in this deck, if this guy hits face, it's a 1-cost 3/2. So best case, worst case scenario, they're going to spend a whole card to remove this, and you're stalling for time. In order to get to the real strength of this deck, which is the Pogo Yeti Mug, which is in the late game. And best case scenario, this will hit face. If you play Monkey Pirate the next turn, it actually steals that block meter, which the Chimney Sweep did, it really making this into a 1-cost 3/2 bullseye, basically, if you have Monkey Pirate in your hand. Otherwise, 1-cost 3/2 is actually really good. I found that just having that extra 1-drop in this deck really helps. So, again, the Sneaky class, it's going to be the same thing, but, with Brain Freeze, you're going to run a Beastly environment instead. You're going to run Area 22, which increases the deck. With Neptuna, you're running Going Viral. So, what I'm going to do today, first I'm going to just play this with Super Brainz, because I'll show you sort of how the actual deck works. So, I'm going to show you the versions of this deck for every single Sneaky hero. It's going to be really a version of this, but then I'm going to show you a second deck for those heroes, just so you don't see me playing the same deck. I'll show you guys a little bit more creativity. I'll show you a different deck for every hero every Sneaky hero after Super Brainz, and the game that I'll play will be with those decks too, which I consider to be a little bit worse than Pirates, but still a very strong and very viable deck that we came up with last year. So that's the intro to this deck and the intro to the entire stream. We will start bets now here at the live stream over here at twitch.tv/fry him down. No, it's fry him up. You guys know how it works. So today, since we're playing the best decks with each hero, we are going to up the ante. We're also playing 11 games, so we got to win 9 out of 11. 9 out of 11. Jeez. So if you think that today, cumulatively, we will be able to win at least 9 out of 11 games, vote yes. I'm just adjusting the little betting table here. And if you think we'll win 8-3, it happens with the plants. We did go 8-3, so you never know. If you think we'll go 9-2, it's a yes. 8-3 or fewer wins. It is a no. The voting starts right now. Voting starts right now. 9 or more wins, 8 or fewer wins. Here we go. Let's get into the game. I did explain the deck, so let's go. Let's get them starting Super Brainz. Then we'll go to the Smash. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll have a little timetable set up, so in the description you'll be able to click on each. Instead of doing the montage, you can just click on each hero. It'll jump you to that hero, to the beginning of where I explain the deck and I show the deck/decks, the honorable mentions. And you'll be able to see the game with that. Plus, if you actually look at the little bar and scroll on YouTube, you'll actually be able to see
Daddy
that
Fry.
sections. So
I predict 11-0.
each hero easily. Look at the deck that we're playing. All right. Thank you, Card Shark. 11-0 definitely can happen. And let's get into it. Again, Pirates, Headstone Carver, such an underrated card. Again, the reason Mixed Up Gravedigger, I know it looks a little bit weird with Pirates because of Swashbuckler. If that's growing all of your Pirates, it's going to kind of mess that up. But if you really have a Swashbuckler and a lot of big Pirates in the field, you just don't even need the Mixed Up Gravedigger at that point. Not going to lie. We're looking for a 1-drop. Looking for a 1-drop. Heck yeah, we got it. Look how much, I just want to point out, look how much value this Chimney Sweep gives here. It like makes him like have to spend either a whole card removing this, or just put so much damage on the field if he doesn't have an answer. He kind of has to, even after the Galactic Cactus, we could just answer this, that's fine. Here we go. We will go with the Swash. We'll put it there. Just so we have options left and right. It kind of really depends what happens this turn. Damn, so we did have Juggernaut. That's the problem with Swashbuckler if you don't have another card in the field. So he's been answering us really well so far. We'll go with the Flame Paste now. Gotta. Kind of wins that trade back. We'll try to fake the Pogo next turn and draw some cards. Go into the Yeti. I think we can take Rustbolt and Lake in. It's a little slow. Wow, so he did nothing except draw cards on 3. So even though he made an even trade on 1 and a top trade on 2, we actually come out ahead on turn 3, which is so nice. I think this has to go on Heights because we don't want it to get rumbled. It's kind of like a fake Pirate or a fake Pogo. They don't always... Line Dancing Zombie on 3... Sometimes it's obvious. That's fine. So he thinks it's the Pogo, that's why he's safe. He probably had that in starting hand too. It is kind of a fake Pogo. We get to draw cards now. That was fine. We came out even that turn, which is what we wanted to do. Now here comes the Yetis. I wonder if this is a sniper. This guy, I mean, in this deck, you're running Bong Choi and Gravebuster. Kind of sus. Kind of sus. I think we want to spread a little bit here. We probably... Well, alright, I'm going to put this here. I just don't want to get blockbusted in case he's truly sniping us. Onion Rings? That's a good card, but we're ahead.
Hi, Fry. Thanks for all the gambling addictions you've given the community. Slightly
No
smiling
problem.
face.
Hey, Dark Boy, for 13 months subscribed. That's what I'm talking about. It's got to be Yeti, right? The value. The rocket. Can you play a minion? Thank you. Thank you very much. Get frozen. I mean, we're definitely ahead. None of his superpowers are going to do a whole lot here. I didn't even block. I wish he did. Do we Yeti? I don't think so. I think we're gonna give him one of these. See if he has the blockbuster now. I guess it's better than getting mugged, right? Another Shamrocket. Another one. So we should be able to hit him for 5, but probably block for 2. That was the idea of the lane placement here. Freeze. I'm guessing if he's running Gravebuster, he's just not running Blockbuster. Which is the good news. It's nice. I have a laser, so we'll be able to cover that later. Oh, we. The mixed up Gravedigger actually doesn't do anything here with the stealing the block meter. We're at 20 health still. What do you know? Mug Laser looks good. Look, Mug Laser looks really good.
We need a leap! We need a leap!
Yo Fry, I subbed to you again. You are my fav streamer. Hope you have a good day, Grin.
Thank you, Labour. I didn't even check my gravestones. Did he do the mug glitch or did he screw it up? No, he screwed it up. The Yeti was way better. He doesn't know. How would he know? That's guaranteed lethal, boys. Boys! The easy one to know. The easy shutout. Shutout with block meter. Guys, look. It's technically more than a shutout. Got him. Alright, that was pretty easy first game. This deck is OP. Who just subscribed? Labour. 4 months. Just like that, we're 1-0. How many people voted yes? 72 yes, 28. Looks about good. We just completed a hype train or something. Alright, next deck. You guys know how it goes. Next is Smash. This is the deck we came up with. I think it was this year, right? Gotta have been this year. Mop Package Smash. Here we go. Alright, so is this the most powerful deck in the world? No, but it does play a very important niche. I even played this in the tournament because I was facing Guardian heroes every single time. And this does hard counter decks like Countertron and a lot of decks that actually need to be hard counter. Let me just get this deck up on the screen and I'll explain it. So, the idea of this deck, the reason we call it Mop Package is because of this card. Thank you, Fraza, for 1,000 bits. Jeez, that's $10. Thank you so much. Is Celestial Custodian, who is of course holding a mop. This is a card which I put an F tier in the tier list, but of course I'm gonna have to revise the tier list, and like maybe I'll just make a tier list for the cards that I feel like I significantly need to change. This is very good if you're running 3 copies of Black Hole, which you're running a lot of environments deck, and 3 copies of the Hunting Grounds, because this just gets a ton of value. It's able to kill Triceratops for free. The cool thing in these 2 environments is that it doesn't just control what they played on turn 2, but it also controls what they're going to play on turn 3, since their minion's going to either get sucked into the black hole, where this is, and they're going to have to face a 3-2 while having 1 less attack, so usually win that trade as well, or they're going to have to deal with a 4-3 that can hunt them in any lane that they play. So a really good double, huge value control card. I was like, you know, experimenting with like 7 or 8 environments and 3 or 4 custodians. I felt like in order to make this deck really reliable, it was 6 environments, 2 custodians was the way. Now, we're running Cheese Cut, a really powerful card. Again, very good to put into the Hunting Grounds, but especially on turn 1, if you have Black Hole, playing Cheese Cutter on turn 2 will be able to almost always draw you a card. This will give you a ton of value down the stretch. Really nice to have the Cyborg 2, very anti-Guardian card. Again, trades very well against Triceratops, even Juggernauts, an even trade, plus you get a card in your hand. That card will actually come useful later in the late game. The Interstellar Bounty Hunter, again, is a card that makes very good trades, draws you cards, especially if you can buff it with the Hunting Grounds. That's a 5/5, which, you know, well, they're basically going to have to feed cards into. The removal is going to be with the Alien News, and we're running Warlord. Very interesting card in this deck, but really just buffing everything up just makes your deck, it's definitely a tempo deck. You're going to be putting just all these stats on the field. It makes it very hard for them to also, if they're running single target removal, to just remove 1 card. That be effective since you're really swarming all your cards. Of course, we're running Glowing Fire as a finisher. The swimmer will be able to copy any card very well after it's been placed into hunting grounds. Even just Cyborg, a 2-cost card. If it's a 2-cost 4/3 in hunting grounds, 2-cost 4/3 in the water is ridiculously OP. So it doubles the value of your hunting grounds, also doubles the value of your Warlord, since the Warlord will buff a minion. Let's say you play Warlords. Now this is a 2-cost 4/3 because it was buffed by Warlord. It will get a +1/+1. And then the cool mechanic is that Synchronized Swimmer actually becomes a 2-cost 5/4 in the water. It'll copy the 4/3 from the Cyborg and then get its own personal buff from the Warlord. So that's actually really cool synergy. You can definitely, you're gonna end up taking over games just by having so much power on the field and using Going Viral as a finisher. Let's get into the game. Here we go. Mop Smash. Mop Smash is a good deck. Heck yeah. The man of Smash. Oh, this game going. We going with this game, man. We still discovering new decks. We've even discovered like a new Chompzilla deck. Saman's Chompzilla deck I would have used for the best, you know, Chompzilla deck. I used the one that we discovered last year. But like, we're still discovering even better and better stuff. Heck yeah. 1, 2, 3 against a Guardian hero, like, should I keep this? This is so good, by the way, with Black Hole because things get sucked into it. So this will almost always hit a guy in an environment. And also, hunting grounds, they usually play their guy into hunting grounds so it doesn't hunt and get more value. You know, when something leaves the hunting grounds and hunts out of it, it gains an extra 1/1. So this just is such a good removal card. Should I keep this or should I look for something else? That's a really cool card. It's gonna be Black Hole in 1. He could vary. It's a Kabloom hero after all, so he could end up having. Oh, by the way, he could end up having a Berry Blast, but it's okay. Get the value going on. Another thing that you have to pay attention to is the Black Hole. I should have played the Black Hole in 2. I forgot about this, and I should have explained this in the intro. Black Hole should be on the left, and Hunting Ground should be on the right. Environments work from left to right. So, let's say you have a Black Hole here, and a Hunting Grounds here, and you have a minion in the Hunting Grounds. If they play into the Hunting Grounds, it gets sucked into the Black Hole, and then your minion hunts. Things happen from left to right. So this sucks, and then this hunt minion goes in. If the Hunting Grounds would be here, and you have a minion here, and they front your, if they play into the Black Hole, you'll hunt, because it hunts. But if you play into this, then it's gonna get sucked into the Black Hole, but will not hunt. Because things happen from left to right, and the hunt kind of is already done, and you know, before the Black Hole even initiates. Just a cool little mechanic. We're not going to waste the Janitois until we need to, so, but we can definitely deal with whatever he plays with this turn. We can stall. You know, it's a mid deck, so stall it out. What is this man even doing? Do I just Rolling Stone this one? I wonder if I Extinction Event this one and save the Rolling Stone. That's what I'm gonna do. So it's gonna be Janitor Rolling Stone this next turn. Or Janitor Smash. It just makes us able to control him really well. I'm probably actually gonna commit Cheese Cutter now. I'm not really afraid of what he's gonna play here. You can always smash it next turn if it's scary. I'd really like to draw this card. It's so good to draw a gourmet card, a tempo card, which costs 1 less, just gets you ahead. Gives you card advantage. Really strong deck against. Come on, it doesn't even die. It'll draw a card, but we draw a better card for sure. So we are able to kill us with Rolling Stone, so it's just gonna be probably this and Rolling Stone. See what else we do. Man, that's strong. That's crazy. I'll play this next turn. We're going to go with that there, and we'll either Rolling Stone this or smash something. Might need to smash this turn. Goes with the boop. Go from there. So the question is, do we want to smash this and get a card, or do we want a Rolling Stone? I think we smash and get the card, honestly. Maybe not. I don't know. It keeps this guy alive. I guess that's okay. We got really, really strong. Heck yeah. It's really cool having this card. Well, maybe we should just draw cards in our deck rather than Gourmet. Is 4/1/1 better? It probably is. I feel like giving this a little extra. Okay. Well, he can hunt this away. Well, we can always Rolling Stone though. Alright, this will be fun. Alright, this. Am I dropping frames today? Not much I can do about that. Have you ever gone bald? Nope. I mean, I'm going bald. Look at me. But I've never shaved my head. I don't know why I just had the, oh no, I messed up, we gotta go bald meme in my head. Probably because I subconsciously saw that comment. Where's Pikachu on the sofa? He'll be back next, I'll be back next week. I left him in Toronto. Such a bad daddy. We're dominating, obviously. Look at this play on. This leftovers is such good. 1 cost 3/3 worth of stats spread between our minions. Crazy, man. Okay, he's conceding. Really nice against the Smash. We got a Guardian Hero. Oh, no! Okay, okay. And Forget-Me-Nuts. So it's definitely going to be just this one. It makes us survive. We kill this for free. His Star Floor lives, but I don't care. I do not care. Thought he was gonna concede. We draw a card on this too. Oh my gosh. It's Swimmer. You didn't even block. So the Swimmer's like a 6/6 here. If we play the King of the Grill, I probably will. They see me rolling. Trolling. So 4/2/1. Heck yeah. Copy one of the 5/5s. We'll Rolling Stone this guy to the Ice Age. Look at this field, guys. Give that man a Doom Shroom. All I gotta say. If you Doom Shrooms, we're gonna lose. Onion Rings. You got it from Starch Lord. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, he actually wins that trade. That's cool. But he's not gonna be able to deal. I mean, we're just doing 2. And we'll probably can just take a nap and win. 3 + 5 wins. Do you have another minion? So we take a nap and win this game, just saying. 5 Starch Lord, but I want a Rolling Stone Starch Lord. Piece of trash. Easy. Quite easy indeed. So now we're tuning. Got a 1 cost bonus today. Such underrated card. She's better. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. What a good tempo that guy. Here's other things too. Look up Trick Smash. We got a version of that worked this year, but that was pretty good. Heck yeah. What's your favorite zombie card? Where to pick one? There's so many fun cards. All right. Moving on. So, you know what? The deck I'm going to show you today is going to be Mid-Barrel Pirate. So this is anyway a little bit of variation. Instead of running Headstone Carver, we are going to be running. Let me get this deck up on the screen here. This is going to be the Impfinity deck. So instead of running Headstone Carver, instead we are running Quick Draw Con Man, which is a Bullseye Pirate, and Grave Robber, which is a pirate which grows every single time you play a Gravestone, especially in a deck with a lot of Gravestones. It's going to get a ton of value. Instead of running Monkey Pirate in this deck, which is not very good since you're running all Bullseye cards on turn 1, the Monkey Pirate is better when you have 1-drops that procs the opponent's block meter, because Monkey Pirate's ability is stealing their block meter, and its ability doesn't really do that much on turn 2 in this deck. So that's why instead of Monkey Pirate, you can run Aerobics Instructor. In this deck, we are actually running 4 copies of Barrel of Deadbeard's, a really strong card in itself. It also is a pirate, so it will have Strike Through again. If you have a Flame Face on the field, it will grow. If you have Swashbuckler, another little use of it because of Impfinity is if you play Super Stench and it explodes, it will actually clear the entire board, except for the 4/3 Barrel of Deadbeards, which you can use in a pinch in this deck. Usually you don't have to because you're getting really far ahead. So we're running barrels and we're running Final Mission. This is a really strong combo. Final Mission anyway can be used in this deck just for a cheap 4 damage to face because you're doing a lot of damage with this deck. But the combo, think about, you have 2 cards that total cost is 4, and what they do is put a 4/3 pirate on the field, do 5 damage to one opponent, and splash 1 damage to everything else. It's basically the accumulation of these 2 cards combined. This one does the splash include, so it will really do a total of 5 damage to whoever you hit with the Final Mission, as long as it's a plant, not their face. So we're running the Barrel Final Mission combo, we're running Pogo Yeti Mug, which I explained already in the Super Brainz deck. You're going to be bouncing things, freezing things, and then putting them back into Gravestones, which will reactivate their ability. Of course, you do that with the mixed up Gravedigger. So this is the deck I'm going to be playing today, running Fruitcake and Bungee Plumber, just very effective removal cards. This one is the cheap removal. This one is the expensive removal. I try to click on all the cards, by the way, so people who don't know what all the cards in the game do can actually pause the video and read them. Try to make a point of that. The honorable mention, which I'm not going to play, but I will be uploading this to YouTube very soon, is Budget Pirate. We actually had a stream. I won't spoil it for you, but this deck did insanely good, you know, and ranked and ultimately ranked. This is going to be the Budget Pirate, and this, honestly, for me right now, is probably the most effective budget deck in the game. Of course, there's always Aggro Solar Flare. You can find that on YouTube, the budget version of Aggro Solar Flare. But this one probably, even though it doesn't win quite as fast, it wins very fast and also very effectively. It's going to be Headstone Carver, your Pirates, the only somewhat expensive card in this deck, which is a must craft if you don't have 4 copies of this. Captain Flameface, it makes everything strike through, really important for Pirate decks. It's also a Gravestone, so synergize Headstone Carver. And then you just run Budget, just Stealthy Imp. You don't need Pogo, mix of Gravedigger to win games. You can just go with Surprise Run, a very strong card. It's also Budget, it's just rare. In this deck, we happen to run some backyard bounces for removal instead of Pogo. You run some Chickening. It's just a good removal card. It can clear field. You can really get a lot of value out of it. Some environments for some extra strength, and some sugary treats for extra strength. So I will be uploading this video to YouTube where we played a full stream, 10 games with that. But in the meantime, because we're actually going for the best decks, I will show you this deck. It is the Mid-Barrel Pirates deck. Let's get right into it. We are actually 2-0, so gotta update that score. Heck yeah. So here's the Impfinity. Impfinity, man. Impfinity Pirates. Just Grave Robber, Conman, Swashbuckler, Flameface. It's like, how do you beat that? Give that man some blockbusters. Alright. That's a extremely good starting hand. I don't even think we have to look for a 4. This 5 will curve out. We'll have something to play on 4 after we draw 3 cards. Believe you me. Always the tough question is, do we go Infinity Clones? It's so strong on turn 1. Infinity has really good powers. I mean, Super Stench, top tier, triple threat, top tier power, strength, and Gravestone isn't even that good in this deck. You don't really have any ability. I guess with the Pogo and the Yeti, though, it's fine. I feel like because this gets so much value with the Swashbuckler, it even protects the Swashbuckler, because if he doesn't have a turn 1 play, he's going to have to go after this. I'm just going to go with the Grave Robber instead of the almighty Infinity Clone. Hopefully he doesn't answer this, and then this becomes a 3-2, which can grow from the Swashbuckler next turn. It's a little bit higher risk, but excessively higher reward. Play, just below that. So what I'm gonna actually do is go Grave Robber, Infinity Clones. I just feel like this dies a little bit too badly to just like Black Eyed Pea and stuff. I'd rather him trade with this one. And just playing Flameface next turn above this should be fine. I think we made the right choice. Go. So I guess I'm gonna play the Flameface here and try to make the trade. This barrel's dead until these Infinity Clones. This is really getting a lot of value. This should be fine. Flameface. Makes a trade against a 3-2. That's a good Black AP. This man know what he's doing so far. That was a good blow on turn 1 too. He doesn't want to get behind. Man, so he comes in with Cool Bean. Ooh, so we don't win this trade anymore. Again, we'll be okay. Ooh, look at this guy bringing the top tier cards here. Cool Bean, underrated, especially with a pirate meta. There's Pogo. So we'll try to bounce something. Now, I don't want to bounce Cool Bean against this deck. We have too many gravestones. I'll get too much value from that. So we'll either bounce what he plays here. Jeez, look at this guy. Okay, so I definitely can't bounce Cool Bean, so I'm going to bounce that. Let our pirate live. I don't know, man. It's always sus because, again, I do have a stream delay, which prevents snipers. But it's still possible for a person who's good at predicting when I'll start the game and calculates it. I definitely do get sniped. You don't know as a streamer if you're getting. I'm not saying necessarily. It could be he's just running a solid deck. But so far he has the answers so far to everything. Let's see what it comes in with here. Hey, you want to see freeze? So it's a freeze deck with Black IP. I actually thought he was just running a tempo deck. I think this is right. We can take 3 damage from the Yeti. Probably just Yeti again next turn. Oh, we. Take the 3, give the 2. We're definitely ahead, even though he's been playing a pretty effective game so far. There's a mug. So he probably doesn't have a 3rd Cool Bean, right? Hopefully not. If he winter squashes right now, playing Mix-Up Gravedigger into possible 3rd Cool Bean is going to be... He actually grows this Yeti, which is hilarious. So... we want something to die. I guess we'll let the Infinity clone die and let the Flame Face live. And we're just going to mug here. Oh, we don't need to protect the health on these guys because... I'm almost happy the Cool Beans in this freeze deck, 2 of them are gone because it just makes the possibility of Winter Squash. I wonder if I should even play into Winter Squash Cool Beans. We'll literally win him the game here. You know what? I'm not playing into that. Screw it. If he has it, he'll probably do it right now. We can also final mission something, which is cool. It can activate something. Okay, that was enough. These are scary though. Winter Squash Cool Bean. So not reliable, but it's so friggin' scary, man. We got him. I don't know. A freeze deck is actually not how you cancel this. It'd be more like a heal deck. So if it was a sniper, wasn't doing a good job. All right, guys, here's something I'm really, really happy to show you. We've been looking for that top tier Rustbolt deck. Been trying to make something work. You know, there's Trick Mech, which I'll actually end up showing you later because Trick Mech is so good. The new version of it, but I'm so happy to show you this deck. I don't even think I put this on YouTube yet, so I'll try to get the whole stream of this on YouTube. This has been one of the most awesome decks we've discovered just in the last couple of months. I think it was in December that we discovered this. This is the Rustbolt Trickster deck. So this is gonna be a combination of sort of a Trick Mech like mentality. We'll call it Trick Package mentality, which is going to be for some biology teachers, for genetic experiments, a lot of other 1-drops, and then you run for for healthy treats to keep you guys alive, and for camel crosses also puts a lot of health on the field since you're running all these 1-drops. So the cool thing with genetic experiment, it's just growing itself every turn, especially if you give this a little bit extra health with one of your tricks. You also have rock wall, you also have shrink ray to protect it, so a lot of ways it's really, really effective. If you have teacher on the field, you're playing these tricks for free. The thing that also really helped this deck with thinking cap, when you have, since teacher is very easy to protect in this deck, like usually it's a 2-1. If you go past on turn 4 and go for thinking cap, very expensive trick, it's not reliably going to live, even on turn 3. But in this deck, since you can, let's say, hardy treat your teacher, healthy treat, so then this becomes like a 3-4, which is very difficult to remove on turn 3. Not a whole lot of things remove that. Hammer, I guess, is the only thing for the solar class. You know, Kabloom heroes would need two separate tricks in order to do that. You can actually play Thinking Cap on turn 3, conjure 2 superpowers, which cost 1, so you can play both of those superpowers. So you're getting 2 superpowers. Superpowers, you know, the regular ones on average are like 2-cost cards, and the ultimate abilities of the heroes, the unique ones, are like 3-cost cards. So you're getting like 5 value worth of very, very strong cards on turn 3, which is really good. You could definitely play that later. We're also running Trickster in this deck, so with all the tricks that you're buffing up your small minions, especially when you're playing Thinking Cap counts as 3 tricks, so your Trickster, just from that, will go down to 7 cost. You can get this down to 2-1-0 cost very easily with this deck. We're also running Paparazzi, so every time, again, you play one of those tricks, just one, you know, Camel Cross, even like a weak trick. This is already a 2/4 that can keep on growing the next turn. Of course, running Going Ball, running a little bit removal. In the end, I think I started running a couple teleports in this deck just to be able to activate a couple things your Trickster. It's also good to like teleport in sometimes Paparazzi or a Teacher in case you're against a Kabloom hero that has some Banana Bombs, Berry Blessings to remove that, so you can start actually just playing the Hardy Treats and just get them out of that Berry Blast range as soon as you can. This deck is so cool. I can't wait to show you this. Let's get into the game. Here we go. Who's 3-0 so far? What, Stomping on Trickster? No, this is more effective. The Stomping on Trickster, it was good, but this is this deck. You don't need the Tricksters to win, so you can just win. By the way, the Middle Manager, I didn't even explain this in the intro. The Middle Manager is so clutch in this deck. It not only is like a free card, draws you a card, but it actually ends up growing because it conjures you. First of all, it's a card you just throw on the field on turn 1. If they use the whole card to remove it, you benefited because you have a card advantage now since this conjures something. And every time your Teacher and Paparazzi get pinged, this grows. And it also conjures another professional zombie. So this thing can end up having 4, 5, 6, 10 attack. Hey, you'll see exactly. So really good to start off with a Trickster against a Guardian hero. Really happy to start off with Rolling Stone. The question is, should we go for the Hardy Treat or should we look? I think another minion without a Hardy Treat is not going to be very good. This also does work with the Trickster. So I'm just going to spam this on 1, see what we get. That's fine. Draws us a card. It's a minion. And we can also stick this in front of something. Like we'll finish off the Clickbee. It's fine. Too much explaining? Shut up. No, I'm going to explain the decks, why I think it's the best deck in the game. Look at it. Nice Thora. Okay? Shut up. Sorry. Do we commit the Paparazzi already? I think we do. I can rolling. I don't need to make this trade. This 2/1 is not a threat. If he plays Triceratops, believe you me, again, Rolling Stone. Same thing with you. Get this weak stuff bad. What do you think this is? You think we playing Black Eyed Peas against Rustbolt? Not even close. So this is already out of control. Grass Knuckles does not have removal. He has Shamrocket in a couple turns. He'll be able to remove my 1-drop with a 3-cost Shamrocket. That's the most he's gonna be able to do here. So we're gonna give him one of these. This is gonna be effective. Oh my gosh. I'll probably end up putting this on the 1/1 to be honest next turn. Okay, he's going a little. If he starts going after this Paparazzi, he dead. So the question is, how do we do this? So this will go up to 2. I guess we want this to kill. This will have 5 health. I think it's gonna be like here. And then we'll just give this Paparazzi is off the hook already, man. It's a 4/9. 1 cost 4/9. I mean, we put another card in. Give that man. If he Shamrockets this turn, he's just gonna lose anyway. So we win this trade. So we might as well. Let's play this. If we happen to top deck a trick, I might not go for the Fossil Head here. Like this and a trick would be better. It's got to be Fossil Heads. Here's just another huge threat on the field. 4/5. And the Tricksters just sit in there. Play patient with the Trickster. You don't need them. Is it just gonna come in and finish this guy? Like, what is he gonna do here? Okay, good. So now he does 2 damage. He spends 3 Sun, 2 damage, just desperately trying to block his Paparazzi. This guy grows now, so this will be a 3/1 and counting. Heck yeah, this Fossil on the ground doesn't take damage from the Rumble, by the way, since it's untrickable. I'll definitely take it. See if we get a trick here would be really nice. So getting a Thinking Cap would be good there. I'll put another threat. We might get rumbled this turn, but if we don't really even need that to live. So it's low risk since we're not losing that much if this gets rumbled, and it's high reward because this is going to be a 3/2 and counting if he does not get rumble on the block. Fry, why are you so handsome, man? Holy moly, sometimes you made me question my sexuality. Hey guys, we're all bi, okay? You just gotta discover it. Deep down, we all got the biness. Alright, let's see if he gets the rumble. It'll. This is a great rumble if he gets it. It's a 1 in 3 chance. He did not! He's down to 3. I could take a nap and win this game. I don't have to do a damn thing anymore. And we are. So we have going viral into Trickster next turn. Blood. Oh! Oh, he saved it. Okay, he got it, but he took so much damage. I think you just play that, man. That was crazy, man. That was borderline insanity to take a 7 extra damage that turn and not rumble that field, man. Why did he do that? Unless that was his starting power? Oh, I guess it was his starting power.
Hello.
Oh, it must have been. Okay, nice click P. Why is this a 4-4? Oh, we played onion rings last turn. I forgot. I present to you guaranteed lethal death by paparazzi. Even if this didn't kill him, the trickster is guaranteed lethal. Weak stuff here. This deck, man, this is not only a really, really competitive deck, it has multiple ways of winning. I mean, tricks, trickster, or just completely swarm. Give that baiting to play a thinking cap in that game. And this deck nasty, guys. Really suggest you make this one. We finally found, I mean, honestly, in the tournament, if I had known about this, this is good against Guardian. I probably would have added a little bit more like anti-Guardian, like more Rolling Stones and maybe some Flicks, maybe some Black Holes. So there's definitely a version of this I could have used. I probably would have just cut the Shamrockets and ran some more Environments and Rolling Stones and ran this in the tournament. This thing's nasty, guys. It's really nice to have a hardy trickster deck to be able to counter Guardian, you know, because like the Professor Brainstorm usually struggled, and Immorticia really struggle against Forget-Me-Nots and Guardian, stuff like that. So when you have those Rolling Stones and those hardy cards, definitely get it done. Let's go. Maybe you can run a Janitor in this deck if you're running Black Holes, because professional synergy. Heck yeah, I mean, you saw what the Middle Manager did. The Middle Manager it's like a half of a 1-cost card and just completely carries the deck. Anyway, guys, all right, so Boogaloo, what's the Boogaloo deck? I'm going to show you guys this one. This is a really cool one. It did really effective and a really fun deck to play. You might notice this deck has an excessively low curve. I mean, majority of the deck costs 1, and the rest of it is 2, running an environment that costs 3. So this is going to be the Boogaloo. We call this too much late game, or yeah, we call this deck too much late game sarcastically. We're going to call this the Boogaloo Secret Swimmer Swarm. So in this deck, we are going to be, it's a really strong, let me find the deck list here, just so I can not worry about that while I'm explaining. The deck list, all the 1-drops in this deck are huge threats. The Paparazzi grows so much because you're running all these 1-drops, because you're running Mystery Egg, which will buff it 2 times. Once when you play the Mystery Egg, the unlife will grow, and then it grows again when the egg hatches, because the unlife grows every single time you play a zombie. Just the bullseye damage really adds up. I really love the Frady Cat in this deck. Since you're running so many 1-cost cards, they're not going to be able to make minion trades against all your 1-cost cards. They're going to have to use tricks. And if they play a trick, the Frady Cat punishes them by growing by 1/1. This card, if unchecked, this will draw you insanely OP, very cheap tricks usually, or just very good tempo cards to be able to play in the field. The con man, of course, is extremely effective. So we all are also running Secret Agent. You can pop things off the field and replay them the next turn with an extra 3/3. So if you're going to lose a trade, might as well do that, especially if you have Asynchronized Swimmer on your field, because then you can copy that buffed minion with some extra stats, you know. So even if you just play on turn 2, I mean, just a simple Grave Robber, Secret Agent, you scoop that into your hand, it turns to a 5/5, you play that on turn 3, and then you copy the stats of that, and you'll get a 5/5 in the water. We're just running this as a finisher. I was running Fruitcake in the original version of this deck when we were playing, and, you know, during that stream, which if it's not on YouTube, it will be soon, I found the Fruitcake made us get card disadvantage, also because this deck does rely on doing a lot of damage quickly. We are swarming. You do have to concentrate on trying to finish off opponents before you run out of steam. I found that Final Mission did end up being the better card. Not only does it not give your opponent card advantage like Fruitcake does, but it can also go face and 4 damage to face very often is the way that you win. And you have, again, a lot of cheap minions in order to spend that on. It also does sort of make the dance off, which you can combine this with Unlife of the Party. It is 2 minions. Usually this is way too lane clogging even to play with Unlife of the Party, but it does make that dance off now into a card that you can play. One of the backup dancers will chump block something, the other one ends up being 4 damage to face with the Final Mission. Let's get into this deck. Here you go. Man, I am talking too much. I'm losing my voice right now. Man, this deck, this stream's going so far so good. We're 4-0. Let's go. Heck yeah. We're up against Captain Combustible. Is this what we want? We'll see what happens. We really can chump block the early game of Captain Combustible really well. The Unlife, again, you could keep it in your starting hand. We probably will, actually. Alright. This should be good enough. Question is, what do we feed to the monster here? Meteor does take this out. Should we just rely on him not having a 1-drop? I think I'm gonna YOLO this. If he doesn't have a 1-drop, it's the most effective one. And if he does, he's usually able to counter every play. Really sad to see Click Peek, because that literally trades with every 1-drop in the game. It's a 1-for-1. They both cost 1, plus he gets a bunch of 2-cost 3/3s in this deck. 5 to be exact. Come on, man. That's such a good card. Such a great card. Alright, so definitely not Unlife yet. Probably just double con, man. Especially since we have the Evaporate in our hand. I'm playing these on the ground so they even trade with Fireweed. Fireweed will trade up with them on Heights. That's the only difference between ground and Heights for Captain Bustball. He's able to kill one of them, but just like that, we're ahead on the field. If he played like Black IP, we'd be able to Evaporate that. That's why I want to play with 3 health minions this turn. Just can't make a good trade. So we are going with Unos, Dos, and we'll scoop something. So if he goes after the Unlife, which will be smart, I'll just scoop that and it'll start off as a 4/4 next turn. We'll get all the bullseye. We'll definitely scoop something. Even if it's just Berry Blast this, I'll scoop like the, I'll scoop something. Probably this one. No gravestones, by the way, but you don't need gravestones for Grave Robber. 1 cost 2/2 is good enough. It's a mistake people think. They see some kind of synergy and they're like, oh. You have to use every synergy possible or else the card is garbage. It's not how it goes, guys. So we'll probably play the Unlife. Oh, we'll see what we get. I would like to use this Evaporate as soon as possible, so yeah, I might even just play a minion here to open up the Evaporate. Put the Unlife dry. Ugh. Playing Unlife dry. Looks like we're scooping something else. So we're getting a little bit bricked here with these Secret Agents and with this Guardian Power. Not really good. Hopefully we can get value from this as soon as possible. It's weird. He does get punished. And we are definitely scooping this one. We don't want his bananas getting buffed. He's running half bananas. No, he got it from Banana Peel. So he's running that now. Alright, this is fine. We are going to be able to use our Evaporate, and we have to have a big card on the field. We're okay. And he's down to 11. No sign of blocking anytime soon. No chance. No chance. Pranks. So we'll give him one of these, give him one of those, and we will Evaporate. And maybe get Final Mission. He's been able to control us pretty well so far. I feel like we're running out of steam a little bit. I'd love to, I mean, we're getting 2 more cards next turn. I'd love to either get an Environment or a Synchronized Swimmer just to be able to finish this guy off. That's cool. That's a little bit of damage here. Let's Evaporate. I'd Final Mission to face, perhaps. Okay, this might punish the Fumos, which is cool. We just, again, we're still missing 8 damage, which is a lot, especially for Fumos. This thing's scary. The good news is he can only have 1 superpower max now. Heck yeah. So the better card here is actually the Fraidy Cat, because when he plays a trick, this becomes a 3/3. So gotta just put that. I don't really have many options here. We're out of steam. I mean, he was able to control. That's so slow. Okay. So he did not play a trick. These 2 even trade. Beginning his first block here. He's not gonna block this game at all. Just a Final Mission now is like would be the best thing. Can we please get it? That was a very slow play. So play this. It's just about how many threats we have on the field. Hopefully, you know, even just doing 2 damage here is a lot. See if we can play 2 cards. If he plays 3, we kind of like lose this game. Yes. Kind of still need that Final Mission or the Environment. It's just one of those. We don't really have any tricks except for Final Mission, so Black IP is not going to punish us too hard. There it is. That should do it. He's probably not going to put something with 4 attack on the field, but we'll see. He's had such a low curve so far. Devastating. Okay, it's still doable. We'll get a superpower here on the block. Oh boy. We'll play these 2 together next turn, I suppose. Which could be good. So there's no point in doing anything in this lane. This will go up to 4-4 even after we play the trick. Plan for here would be cool. Maybe we just don't even backup Dancer, we just go for the win? Well, we probably should backup Dancer because he can win. Otherwise he can win. This will have 3 attack. Yeah, this is fine. We don't want to take the 7. We'll have just another chance of winning this game in case he rolls a 3 here. We usually win. I mean, 2/3 of a chance of winning. That's after getting a lot of BS this game and not being able to use that evaporate. It's already too late. Can we just get this, please? Oh. I will admit the deck does sometimes cut it close. That's why we're running 4 final missions, but it got it done. It got it done against Captain Combustible. I mean, it was running a lot of strong cards. Black Eyed Peas don't get a ton of value against us running 2 types of tricks. Heck yeah, guys. Oh, sorry. No. Next deck. Sorry. It's not a real stream. It's a fake stream. Keep it together, Fry. All right, guys. So I'm going to show you the 2 decks for Brain Freeze. So where's the Brain Freeze deck? I guess it was the... Maybe I didn't actually make the Brain Freeze one. Lock-in? Did I show you this? I guess that's the deck. Okay, so this is the deck I'm going to be playing with. So the first thing I'm going to do, because of the sneaky hero, is show you the actual best deck. It's going to be 4 copies of Cheese Cutter for the extra 1-drop. Such a strong card, just instead of the Chimney Sweep like you saw in the Super Brains. 4 copies of Headstone Carver, and then you just run your Pirates. The Monkey, again, is going to get a lot of value because you have things that proc the block meter on turn 1. Swashbuckler buffs your Pirates. It's also a Gravestone, so if you have Headstone Carver, it combines. If they don't answer your Cheese Cutter on 1, and now you play on Swashbuckler on turn 2, now what are they going to do? Because either one of these hit phase, just absolutely insanely OP. This, of course, is a very strong Gravestone, which will make all your Pirates go face. Very strong Gravestone again. You have the luxury in Brain Freeze, so you have the Beastly class. So the Beastly cards you're going to be running are going to be Cheese Cutter. We're going to be running Interstellar Bounty Hunter, which is going to be, is a pirate. It also is a strong card. Kind of ran this as a meme since it's a pirate. You don't even need, you could just run Cowboy too. But really the strongest Beastly card in a deck like this is going to be Area 22. Really better than Laser Base Alpha because it adds 2/2. This is a very, very strong turn 3 play, which is why you don't need as many 3s because you're very often just playing a 2 and then playing Area 22. Even if they, you know, trade with your 2 and you don't have a 2-drop, just playing the Area 22 and being able to play your Pogo into it as a 4/4 next turn is very often a really good play. Of course, you're running again Pogo, Yeti, Mug. I explained that in the Super Brains, how effective that is. This will bounce things, this will freeze things, make really good trades on the field, and this will put everything back into a Gravestone and pop it back out and reactivate those abilities. So this is one of the decks. The other deck is going to be the one that you can see over here, which is Lock-In. This is the one I used in the tournament, so it's sort of my take on Lockout. Instead of running Pirates in the beginning, you're running more of a proper control deck. This can sometimes be better than Proactive Pirates. I just find Proactive Pirates is as good a control strategy as anything, because they don't answer your Pirates. They're forced to answer the Pirates, so the Pirates get out of control. We're running Swashbuckler, for God's sake. But this is the way that you can play a proper control deck. Cheese Cutter is a controls card. You could run, if you're really worried about Haunted Pumpkin, you could run Dog. There was even a version in the tournament where I was running 4 Cheese Cutter and 4 Dog, because I was against an opponent who was playing Haunted Pumpkin in literally every single deck, so we had to make that adaptation. Otherwise, you're running a lot of very effective little tricks. You're really a lot of nibbles, and you're running 4 Extinction Events, which is a very strong early game strat. And when you start combining that with Cyborg Zombie and throwing him, very strong card. If they play Forget-Me-Nots, Galactic Cactus, anything really on turn 1, just stick the Imp throwing Imp in front of it, and this will not only trade with it, but also put 2 more Imps on the field, thus controlling their field. Those Imps can sometimes end up in environments and end up being very good. Make good trades. So running 3 copies of the Area 22 in this deck, 2 of the Laser Base, probably 4 Area 22s and 1 Laser Base is going to be right. You really just need ways of activating. You don't really have bonus attacks, so you really want to be able to activate your strong cards like the Mix-Up Gravedigger and the Yeti. Also running some Cowboys in this deck. So again, I wanted to show you the Mid Pirates. I also wanted to show you a variant, which is also very strong. I think I'm actually going to do the Mid Pirates deck. I kind of am in the mood. I could have played a game with either of these, but I'm kind of in the mood to play Pirates with Bounty Hunter and Cheese Cutter right now. So since I'm in the mood for this deck, this is the one we're going to be playing. Hope you guys... Do I have this deck on the... Maybe I don't even have a deck list of this. I'm going to quickly make a deck list of this. Deck list, la 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 la. As we usually do at the beginning of streams before I start this intro part. And we're just going to be getting into the game. Let's go. Heck yeah. So this is going to be Brain Freeze, Mid. I feel like it. Want to Cheese Cutter into Munkus. Such a good combo. Now let me get the right deck. The one we're actually using here. I'd love to get a Headstone Carver for you guys, just to show you how freaking effective it is. Is 2 of these too much? Really would like a 1-drop. It's so important. I guess these are probably better than Area 22 though, right? Come on. Alright, that's our life. No 1-drop. You get Beta Keratina and Gigantacus in the shop sometimes. They very rarely appear. They have a few times this last year. And it was just for like a day. Quite sad indeed. They should just be in the shop. I don't know why. Here, Aquace. Sorry we were talking. I've been busy. Mid pads for Brain Freeze? No way. What minions are recommended in a Valkster deck? I'll show you my version of Valkster when the Brainstorm comes up. I'll show you another deck there too, so I'm not repeating last year's deck over and over. This Valkster is just gonna be the Super Mario 2 of this channel every single year. And the best deck goes to Valk Trickster Hybrid. Alright. We'll play around Spikeweed Sector at least. Not a whole lot of 2/3s in Wall Knight's kit. Nice not to have to deal with Black IP. You could have a Juggernaut would trade well against it. Quite sad indeed. If he plays something that like an Apple Saucer, it's okay. We'll just play Munkus and grow it next turn. Let's try Triceratops. So I mean, he plays a strong card, but not gonna lie, mine's better. We're also proccing his blocks so the Munkus gets. I mean, this is such a good card here. Not only is it a pirate, not only is it only cost 2, so we can actually play Galvanize, but we're also going to be stealing Block Meter. Now, the question is, I'm just gonna pogo this next turn. So
We need a leap! We need a leap!
I probably should play the Headstone Carver because I'm not gonna really be able to get value from that later. I don't know. The Galvanize is so strong though, man. You know what? Screw it. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna Galvanize. I'm gonna get get off really hard. I don't want the 3/3 dying either. Bro. I'm trash, bro. So this will grow. Yeah, okay. I'm not bouncing this. I will bounce it on 4 and I'll bounce it again on 5. Yo, Triceratops. You trash. You ain't even scary. Now both of these guaranteed hit. Look, he has no block meter. It just makes it so much better. So it's gonna be this one, so we don't have to worry about it. This grows by 1 every turn and takes 2, so this will just be alive for a bunch of turns now. The Spikeweed Sector kind of gets negated by the Galvanized, especially since again the Pirates rolled up a 1s. Look at this block meter! Saddest block meter ever. Cheese Catois. We're gonna do this to chump block. I might actually just bounce whatever he plays in lanes 1 and 2 because we're doing 9 damage to his face if we bounce one of those. I'll probably just chump block the Triceratops now. Again, if he uses a removal card or something like that. So sad. Probably make this trade is better, right? Yeah, that's fine. Well, we'll bounce this next turn. Let's just make the goddamn trade. So this again goes down to 5-2, but then it goes up to 6-3 once it hits face, and 5 damage to his face. I give him back a little, buddy. It's okay. Well, I know Mid-Pets. Mid-Pets was not as good as this. Mid-Pets was kind of like a meme. I don't know if you guys caught that. So it's gonna be you, and it's gonna be stealing block meter. La-di-da-di-da. I'm just ignoring this Triceratops. I don't even care. I hope he's not running Blockbuster. I kind of just played into it there. I didn't really think of that. But if all these things, if we're stealing 2 block meter, and everything goes face because of the flame face making a strike through, how is this guy gonna survive? He's not. He's not gonna. He's dead. Okay, he's got some heals, guys. Watch out. Watch out. So we usually win on these first 2 shots. This does 10 damage already. We stole the block meter, so now instead of it most likely him blocking, most likely he doesn't. We did roll 3. And we roll a 1. That was fair and square. Got him. Capitan. Get wrecked. Mid pirates, guys. Mid pirates. I'll probably make more tier lists sometime. I don't know. It just takes so much effort. I probably will, though. Alright. Tricksesh testing data proved to be better. Your testing data is trash. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you've been testing data, and you've been saying Brainana is bad for a long time, and now all of a sudden testing data is very, very flawed. Because you're not trying the right decks, and you're not trying it in the right matchups. That's all I'm trying to say. Here we go. Sorry. I'm not going to say it's completely useless, but I'm saying it's very... Can't say there's scientific proof because of your very limited testing against very, very specific decks in a very specific meta, and that affects how good these decks are unranked, which is definitely what I'm going for. Guys, with that in mind, the best Professor Brainstorm deck of 2021, as usual, is Valk Trickster Hybrid. I have gone to 2 final missions and 3, it's something I've been playing around with a lot. 2 final missions, 3 mustache monuments, and 1 copy of Funded Razor. I was experimenting with only 2 mustache monuments, and felt that it just, sometimes you really, really need mustache monument in order to activate your Valk and your Trickster. Now, this deck, of course, is Valk Trickster Hybrid. The explanation, very simple. You're going to be stalling using chump blocking. You're going to be teleporting in minions. You're going to be teleporting in barrels. You got to be very careful where you put your minions, because you're going to be playing Quasar as a chump blocker plus the superpower, which very often will become another chump blocker. The more you chump block, the more your Valk is going to grow, because your guys are dying, so it'll grow by 2 every time. You can teleport this in. You can also, again, play it with the Mustache Monument, which makes it do an instant bonus tech. The Trickster is going to also, again, you definitely have enough tricks in this deck to do the tricks. So the reason, again, even though Trickster relies on tricks, Valkyrie relies on minions. First of all, there are a lot of synergies between these 2, because Beam Me Up is both a trick and a minion. Quasar, both a trick and a minion. Very often there will be 2 minions if this actually conjures a superpower, which creates a minion. But also, having double the amount of... If you have just a Trickster or just a Valk deck, the way that those decks lose mostly is when you don't get your Trickster or your Valk on time. That's why I found that this combination works a lot better, that you have 2 of the most powerful finishers in the entire game in the same deck, that the chances of getting one in your starting hand is very, very likely. Otherwise, you'll get one in the first couple turns. That's also a reason why we're running a Funded Razor, just in case you don't get one of your win condition cards. At least you'll have a way of drawing some more cards, or you can draw into it using your teleports or any card draw cards you get from your Quasar. So this is the deck I had on the list last year, so I will actually be showing you guys a different deck this year, and it's going to be Professor Brainz Swarm. Now, this looks like a really meme Leaf deck, but every time we play a version of this, it dominates. It goes 9-1, 10-0, and all, besides for being super highlight city. Let's see if I have Professor Brainz Swarm new. Here it is. So I'll actually play a game with this one instead of the Valkster, since you guys, I'm sure, have seen that a lot. Here we go. Man, I'm sick and tired. Anyway. Yeah, man. The idea of this deck is to swarm a lot of small minions, which is very effective. The comment is a really strong card. The sort of heart and soul of this deck is Unlife the Party. If you can get one of these in your starting in your first few turns, it's going to be really good. So here's the cool combos with Unlife the Party. First of all, it's going to be, thank you, Z-Mech, for the 200 bits. So first of all, Unlife Egg on turn 2 is really, really effective. It will grow your Unlife the Party into a 3/3 since it grows every time a minion is played. The egg does hatch, so it does turn into a second minion. Other cool combo you can do is Unlife, and then you can play 2 interdimensional zombies. So you can play interdimensional zombie plus Eureka. And that'll actually make so many minions on the field, because again, this will grow to a 2-2 when you play interdimensional, and then when you play your second interdimensional, that will grow to a 3-3, and then the first interdimensional transforms, so then the Unlife will turn into a 4-4. Really cool combo, happens more often than you think. You can also go interdimensional zombie on turn 1, and play your leaps on turn 2, your leap station. That'll turn into a 3-cost card, which usually survives on turn 2, and then it'll turn to a 4-cost card, and you're coming into turn 3 with a 4-cost card in the field. You're very much ahead. Every time you leap a card, your Unlife also grows. Evolutionary Leap can sometimes be enough to keep your Unlife in the party grown. Leaping a 3-cost card that came from interdimensional is really effective. Leaping a 2-cost card that came from a 1-cost egg, again, very effective. Leaping your Brain Vendor, very effective. You can Brain Vendor, which buffs your Unlife in the party for free. You can leap your Quasar, since it's already got a lot of value by giving you a superpower. That's just a 2-cost body in the field. Leap into a 3-cost card. Deck's a lot more effective than it looks. Hope you guys enjoy. Valkyries are still better. Let's get right into it. Heck yeah! You're learning how to read. Very proud of you. It's Z-Mech.
Z-Mech Brett hasn't even been in yet. See.
Oh, it's Z-Mech. I'm not gonna remember everyone's name. I remember everyone's name from a week ago. We got 300 people here. I'm sorry. 237. Guys, again, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say that testing decks is completely invalid. I think it's very good, but you have to understand that it has limitations when you're only testing it, when you have a whole community that buys into only... I mean that in my community too. If I'm only testing my decks against other community members that are only using my decks, is very, very limited. If you're taking more things into consideration, testing it against a lot more decks, so then that'd be that would be a lot more data, but that's impossible to do. You can't test a deck against every single deck. I just go with my experience in ranked. Is what I go with. That's a really cool hand. Let's see what happens. Is reading Hebrew or English easier for you? English is my mother tongue, so English, yes. But I can definitely read Hebrew. Because we have these 2 transformation stations, I'm just gonna put these both on the ground. Forget about the High Diver and actually they both transform really nice. Very difficult to remove now. They both have 3 health, so Spike Weed Secretary is gonna remove 1. Nice drawing a card here too, and Professor Brainstorm, I'll take it. Every card is valuable. He is able to remove that, but again, it's a 1-for-1 trade and we still draw a card, so it's awesome.
It's Z-Mech Bro,
What is
greater
Z-Mech?
than C. Anyways, remember our little deal thingy about needing a leap.
Thank you so much. He's donating 3,000 bits. Jeez. Thank you. About needing a leap? I have short-term memory loss, sorry. What are you talking about? Again, I don't think he's going to be able to remove this. This is going to start leaping. This hand is a lot better than it looks, especially with the card drawing in. Oh, shut up. See if we can get a 4th health on our minion here. Can we please? Yes? Oh my gosh. We might actually start leaping some knights now and stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is crazy. Okay, how do we play this is the real question. We got a Brain Vendor. I think that's huge. I think it's huge. Okay, so we can go 1, 2, 3, and leap. They don't have to leap something that's trying to be nice to protect the king, though. You know what? This play is so strong. I can't not do this Unlife. But we'll set the Unlife. We don't have to leap this turn. We have a card that can... We have 2 cards that can actually protect this king. We gotta play the Brain Vendor first, of course, before the egg. This is 4-4. Maybe this will end up turning to a knight, but we'll just be able to leap next turn. It's fine. We're actually king leaping now. It's sandwich. Oh, like a sandwich. Okay, now I remember. Sorry, I'm stupid. This turns into Skunk Punk. I don't care. Question is, do we fruitcake or do we bonus? I think fruitcake is the better card, so we're going to bonus to make this trade. We'll get a knight here. Hopefully the Unlife is not the one that gets hit. He did not block, so he did not kill the king below. So we're getting a knight. Oh, we get a knight.
You said if I gifted 5k bits you'd extend the
Oh,
leap
okay.
speech.
I do remember, yes. I do remember. Did you donate 5,000 yet? You did. You think you did 4,000? Are we up to 5 now? Yes, it's leapy time. But this also grows every time this leaps now. This is fun. Heck yeah. You're gonna have to write it out for me. Sorry. So this is always getting leaped. So this die, if we keep the king alive, it only just kills the unlife of the parties. There's no point. In fact, I should just go face. I should actually just go, it's lethal if I just go face here. But I want to leap so badly. Is not fruitcaking just an excessive amount of BM for a video like this? I don't care. I want Plankwalker. I don't care. Obama told me to do it. If Plankwalker, by the way, gets spawned, then the unlife of the party becomes, I think, 8-5. No, it'll become a 9-4 actually because of the leap too. Yes. Oh my gosh. Obama told me to do it, guys. Could we not die to Doomshroom here? Aha, we still win even if he Doomshrooms. Oh my gosh. We actually got Plankwalker, which is either that or Octo, and then we got Gondola, and we got Warlord. Okay, here's Egg. Egg with Warlord, so it's gonna have extra buffs.
I don't know, Fry. Has it been 5,000
I
yet?
think it has. Does it say how many bits you've donated? It says, yeah, it's been 5,000. Okay, fine, I'll do it. I'll do the leap speech. That was the deal. 5,000 bits. You have to write it for me though. I can't do it from memory. This would be a great time to do it. Does anyone have the leap copy paste though? The Starch Lord leap copy pasta somewhere? Copy paste. Oh my gosh, I'm such a boomer. I'm such a boomer. Alright, we're 7-0, guys. I don't care. BMing during the time. I mean, this is. I know that was crazy that we got knight, but we didn't need it. Even if that had turned into just that instead of a king, it had been a Tomb Raiser, it had been a Pogo, it had been a Eva, the sneezing zombie. There's so many things that could have been that way. What we didn't need. We BM'd. We didn't need the leap to be there, but that was cool. Thanks, Obama. All right, guys. Next hero. We're on a roll. All right, guys. I don't even remember if this is from 2021, but I don't have a better Immorticia deck to show you. This is what I got. It's Zombot Trickster Hybrid. I think the last time I did OTK Cat Lady, so that's good. This probably is from last year here. Man, I got hiccups. This is my take on Sayman's deck. He used to not run Trickster. He was running instead of that. He was running experimenting with different things. I think originally he was doing Nurse Garg in order to heal and set up the Zombot. So this is really the only type of deck that Zombot's good in my opinion, and that's because you can control very easily in the early game and then teleport Zombot either on turn 10 using a teleport Zombot, or on turn 9 if you happen to have a teleportation zombie in the field. Very often on turn 8 you're teleporting in a teleportation zombie, so it's kind of stuck in a gravestone. Can't get removed except for by grave removal, and then you teleport Zombot. That will clear their field. Playing Zombot on turn 9 usually is very bad because then they put a 1-drop in front of the Zombot, and the rest of the 8 Sun they use to win the game in different lanes. So usually a terrible card, but if you can teleport this in, then you have last say. It allows them, it removes everything they've played on turn 9 as well. You have a lot of card draw, very important. You also have 4 of the Cryo Brains, very important in this deck. I remember the key insight Sayman gave. By the way, Sayman made this deck up, not Igma. It's usually called Igmatisha, but Sayman was playing this way before he was. Teleport Zombot. So the advice once he gave me is if you have an option of either playing Cryo Brain or Funded Razor, always play Cryo Brain, because getting an extra brain every single turn, you'll just be able to play Funded Razor eventually, plus a lot of extra cards. Running a couple environments just to counter environments. It does control opponents a little bit. Nibble will control, heal. Really effective control cards. Running 4 Rocket Sciences, which is a lot, but you need a way to effectively be able to remove cards. Another card we added sort of recently was Bounty Hunter. Again, a very good card to teleport in. It is card draw, so it'll definitely ensure that you have those cards. So I found that instead of running Nurse Guard, which is sort of a way of stalling, why not just run an entirely new way of winning? And because you're running so many tricks in this deck and you have so many teleports, you can easily just win by getting 3 shots from a Trickster. A teleport Trickster does 12 damage to their face. 1 extra trickster and then 2 damage from anything in the deck, like teleportation, zombie, or even bats or something like that, summoning. You'll be able to pull it off. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into the game. Is the copy paste to here? Are we doing this now? Okay, we'll do it later. Copy pasta. Copy pasta. Stop being a boomer. Just adjusting the heck yeah. Alright. Do you keep... I don't think you keep Zombot, though. Not gonna keep this against Solar Flare. Probably look for a 1-drop. I don't want to start getting Haunted Pumpkin and stuff, but we will keep this. Even if we place Haunted Pumpkin, 50% of our superpowers deal with it pretty well. You play Control, especially since we don't have a Trickster in our deck. We're definitely gonna hold this Chump Block or remove something. Play Twa. My messages aren't showing up.
My messages aren't showing up, and that makes me sad. Anyways, would be cool if you extended the late speech you would.
So we're making an extra brain every single turn. Makes us ahead. Do we play this? I think on turn 3, the answer is yes. Really close to nothing he can play that removes this. And it really prevents him from making a play this. It's also doing a lot of damage. I mean, if we can just get a few shots from Bounty Hunter, damn, man. I don't even know what I'm playing around right now. I could commit the second one. I probably should. I'm not really afraid of Elderberry. It even trades once we draw a card. And we have Nibble in case we need to adjust something. Do we Nibble or do we just Summoning now? Nibble will do 2... Am I crazy for playing Summoning right now? I think I'm just doing it. Gargologist, oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I don't have the right deck list on the screen. I'm sorry. Ah, you guys are probably all spamming that. I'm so sorry. Do I have Immorticia? Here it is. It happens to be our Zombot cost 7 now, which is very cool. I'll probably just like Extinction Event Nibble this or something. We'll draw cards. Draw cards, Extinction Event Nibble. See if we get a Trickster. Bear Blast. I don't care. Cryobrain, because I don't actually have to remove this since it's not fronting me with anything. Heck yeah. That's kind of cool. Okay. We do but he's down to 10 now. It just makes the Tricksters able to win a lot better. See what he's got on 8. We can actually teleport Zombot this turn, guys. That is crazy if we pull this off. Can you play another minion instead of just healing? Right now this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Oh, now we can't. Oh, never mind. It was fun while it lasted. I think us getting block meter from this is probably a good thing, right? Let's save the teleport. Don't waste teleports in this thing. You'll know that later. Just the block meter is a good thing. Wow, do we roll double 3? Zombot's next turn. Too bad. I probably would have gone for a 2. 9 damage is a lot. Draw cards. Where the heck is Trickster? I think I'm gonna teleport in a teleportation zombie. It's just as good as teleport Zombot for next turn. Now we do this. I don't really need to teleport Zombot. I'll take the card. I'll take the card and the damage. Even if it procs the block, definitely worth it. It does do the frenzy attack because this guy's dead already. Dead. What do you do on your spare time, like for fun? I like to game. I'm a gamer. I actually play Roblox these days. It's such an underrated game. There's so many good Roblox games. I know it has a reputation of being like a kid's game, but there's a lot of really fun Roblox games. It's like a whole app store. You have like Google Play, Apple, and then you have Roblox. Crazily powerful app. I think we'll play one of these. Play Zombot next turn. That's cool. Okay. Do I even rock it? I think think I do. You know what? The rocket makes us do one bullseye, which kind of makes Zombo automatically win next turn. I'll save one of these. He can't remove gravestones, so we always get Zombat. It's unless he conjures something weird. This always happens. The only thing we don't want to see is him heal. So again, if he plays like a Astro Vera, then that's the one sad thing he plays here. Do I even Zombat? Do I even Zombat? I don't think I do it yet. Because we haven't. I just want to get more value from it. Is this Troller Flare? Probably min-maxing mobile games. It's fun. Okay. Great Zucchini, I don't care. I don't care. And then he gets Cornucopia. That's such a cool deck. This guy, what a Chad. What a Chad. Chad Chummies. Time to get some value. He gives us a card. Thank you. Give us something good. But the problem is the 9 damage doesn't even go in. That's crazy, man. Wow, do I even Zombat? I can just teleport this in. It's almost sad to Zombat here. Maybe I should just manipulate his face. Okay, we're gonna proc the block using the imp. Is what we're doing here. A wee. So it's very sad, but he's only gonna be down to like I don't know. Oh, we can still do this. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Okay, here we go. I forgot, guys. I guess if he has exactly Weed Whack. Didn't we play Weed Whack or anything? Haha, idiot. Pretty good Zomba. Is that worth it for value though? I wonder if it was worth it to get the extra 5 damage, probably. I guess we try to just remove what he plays here. Wow, he's actually trying to kill the Zombat using damage. That's hilarious. Oh no, he gets 2! Oh, he does it! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We just need more damage because of that damn healer. Oh, it's so annoying. Instant karma for killing Seedling, I know, right? I hope we block. Thank you very much. We'll do that next turn. I don't think opening this up helps us at all, so we're gonna try to just prevent as much damage as we can here. This is still tough, we just don't have enough damage here. Where the heck are our tricksters? We got a second Zombat at least. A teleport would be nice, and a trickster would be nice. He has so many cards. I think we're gonna lose this game. We need a trickster. If we get a trickster, we'll be fine. We need to teleport and trickster, actually. Yeah, no, we're totally he's cubing himself so he can. He's not gonna cube and then play Astro. Oh my god, he's so annoying. Okay, I guess Troller Flare with Astro Vera can beat this deck. I guess that's the lesson. We've learned a valuable lesson today, guys. Guess we're doing this soon. Is this game even winnable anymore? We need some card draw. Gosh. He's so annoying. We do have a lot of Zombat. We don't need Zombat though. We need Trickster. We need damage. There's no blocks left. Well, he does. How have we only blocked one time this game? That's my question. Okay. We have 18 damage. Actually, we can't play both of them. Okay, bye. Bomb a couple of See if he has another kernel corn. Oh, we got to teleport. That's the best thing we got. Okay, okay. Still winnable. Still winnable. What? You squashed that one? Squashed that one? Okay, double cornucopia. La-di-da-di-da. So we have 18 on the field. He got soul patch. I don't care. He got this. I don't care. He actually got a team up, so he's making another minion here. He's making 2 more minions. Don't bring Nana. Don't bring Nana. Don't bring Nana. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. The soul patch has a lot of health. I don't care. I don't care. Teleport. You think squashing is gonna help? Oh my god, and we got Trickster for the win! For the win! We won! We won! We definitely won! Yes, we won! Yes. Oh my god, we're doing 24 damage with this too. It's like barely lethal. That was one of the best highlights I've ever seen. That was one of the best highlights. The top decks, the Zombot, the double cornucopia. Get that weak stuff out of here. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. I can't believe we won that game, man. Oh, that was so clutch. It was so clutch. Man, those top decks at the end, Zombot, Teleport, Trickster, don't get any better than that, folks. That is what it is all about. Heck yeah. Heck yes. Oh, one of the greatest highlights we've had in a long time, man. Oh, that was crazy. I can't believe we won that game. Like, for realsies, I can't believe it. What a highlight, guys. God damn. Game 8. Double kernel.
Your head bobbing thing reminds me of a sunflower.
Laporte, Zombot. Reminds me of what? Sunflower. Game double. The that's what I'm talking about, guys. Alright, next deck. Imagine if we weren't running Trickster, we were running like Nurse Guard. Sorry guys, no way. I don't think we would have pulled it off. Him having one more turn there. Man, he was running team up cornucopia there. Alright guys. I would be remiss not to show you the new version of this deck from this year. This deck crazy. This deck insanity. Guys, this is the new version of Z-Mech. Now, I actually am working on, I did one with King, which was cool. And I'm working on one with Middle Manager, but I haven't completed those. And that's definitely like this year, 2022's work. So I'm showing you decks from 2021. If you guys want a deck that freaking dominates, this deck is some nasty stuff. If you even want to look up the just type into YouTube, fry 'em up. Like challenge, win, play until you lose challenge. You know, we won like a lot. I'm not gonna spoil it for you if you haven't watched that video, so you can look it up. But we won a lot of games in a row with this deck. So effective. This is Z-Mech new. So again, this is a take on the old version of Z-Mech from Discord, but it really has become its own deck. The combo, which is similar between the two decks, is running Zombology Teacher, protecting it as much as you can with your healthy traits, with your camel crosses, and with this card, the Rock Wall. Maybe even use some superpowers, depends who you're up against, in order to protect it, and swarm 1-drops. And the 1-drops in this deck are really effective. You're running Quick Draw Command, you're running this card, which will grow by itself. You have going virals, you have Quasar. So Quasar, the superpower, is free if you have Teacher on the field. We're also running Aerobics Instructor in this deck. I just wanted something to have a little bit more power. You can play this on turn 2, you can protect it if you keep it alive. This thing just ends up with being a 4/3 on turn 3, and then more power, more power. Not a necessary card in this deck, but I found that it's effective. The other way would just be running maybe some Disconauts, maybe some. You can also, if you don't have some of the super rares in this deck, no legendaries, I guess Quasar is, but you can also just run 4 copies of Unlight, 4 copies of Egg. I felt like with Z-Mech, since you have, you know, limited lanes, you only have 4 lanes, no amphibious minions, I really didn't like running Unlife Egg. It kind of just clogged too much. Weren't able to effectively get your Unlife going, so that's why I like running just Aerobics Instructor, which is just a card, very low maintenance, and very effective. Let's get into the games. Let's go. In some versions, I was also not running Black Hole. I just found Black Hole so worth it. How many Rolling Stones do you run? I've experimented with 3, experimented with 0. I'm only running 3 Fruitcakes. I felt like, I don't know, the more I play Fruitcake, the more I feel like it's a liability, especially in these decks that kind of lose card advantage anyway. Then you start Fruitcaking and you lose even more. Anyway. We're definitely looking for a teacher. We're going to try to do this on 1. Now, 50% of Solar Flare superpowers kill the teacher, so we really don't like that. We're probably going to look for another 1-drop to complement this, or a 2-drop, just to be able to set up on turn 2 in case this teacher doesn't work out. We will, again, against the cool advice for the original maker of this deck always gave us, always against Kabloom heroes, if you have Teacher and Hardy Treat or Rockwall in your starting hand, just go for it. There's so many, every deck runs Berry Blast. Wait till turn 2, you're going to get Berry Blasted. Play this on 1. If they have a Banana Bomb or a Superpower that removes it, fine. Just move on to turn 2. If not, protect this and it has 4 health and it gets removed. Now, I'd love for this opponent to concede so we don't have to play against Solar Flare. Solar Flare I find is really annoying because of the Superpowers. Removes the, you know, the small removal. Also has Colonel Pulse, which is really annoying. Also has Berry Blast, Banana Bomb. Solar Flare is the most annoying. Second most annoying is Rose. Because Rose's superpowers can mess up the engines of this deck. So we, heck yeah. We got 3 more games. 3 more heroes, 3 more games. Z-Mech, Neptuna, huge Gigantacus. Heck yeah. La 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 la. Bum, 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 bum. All right. It's so tempting to keep this against Guardian, but I feel like it's just going to be too slow. We need another 1-drop. All right. It looks like we're playing Trick Mac, a very fast deck, but we're playing slow today. Hopefully he doesn't have Forget-Me-Nuts. What is this? I'm not biting on it. No, that does not count as a win. Let's see. We're playing Western Heights player on Spike, Weed Sector, and just Rolling Stoning. Might even Hardy Tree. Let's see what happens. Looks like it's Hardy Tree. This goes up to 4. Just gotta get a minion here. Any minion, man. Teacher would be the best. Just any minion. Teacher going viral. We can actually like empty our hands if we get Teacher here. Come on! Come on! Wow, we're getting bricked. They call this Brick Mech for a reason. Every once in a while, this can happen where you just get all minions, no tricks, all tricks, no minion, and then it's not a good thing, but it's not a good thing. That is fine. It's gotta just be going viral, right? You gotta draw extra cards. You really, really need to start getting some minions on the field. I know it puts going viral, but on average, it does give you cards that are not going viral. It's only 2 cards shuffling into that. And getting more going virals later will be fine. Still no minions. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now we're going. Now we really go. So we can Hardy Treat this one. Do a lot of stuff here. We do have 2 Rolling Stones, so 1 is always being used on this. We don't want to use the Fruitcake here. Card advantage, too valuable. So I'm gonna give, I think we keep the Rolling Stone, and we're gonna strength this. We just want to kind of spread the love, not put too many stats into 1 card, and that man concedes immediately. Felt bad that I Rolling Stone Star Sword, I guess. He also didn't have the removal cards for this in his hand, so. Yep. that was not a good example of Trick Mech. That was a great example of Brick Mech. But had enough depth, I guess, to be able to pull that off. All right, moving right along. Definitely counting that as a win. All right, so I will show you the 2 decks against Sneaky Heroes. So we're the obligatory. This is the Neptuna Pirates, Headstone Carver. 1-drops. For the other 1-drop, we're actually running Black Hole, which is really cool. The Black Hole on 1, and then Swashbuckler on turn 2. Almost ensured, unless they have a Grave Buster, that you're basically all 2 two primal potato mines. I don't know. They're basically always going to swashbuckler hit face, and once that turns into a 3/3, I mean, come on. What are they even going to do about it? So we are running, the cool thing about Neptuna with mid pirates is going to be going viral. This is a really, really good finisher, probably better than bonus attack, probably better than, you know, area 22, because it really affects all of your cards. So if you have like a Pogo and a Yeti and a different card on the field, you know, all of them are going to be frenzy. It gives so much stats to the field. So it's because we're running 2 other environments, only running 2 laser bases, but again, you do have the going viral in order to activate your cards go faith. This is just a little bit of a variant. Instead of running Line Dancing Zombie, you can go Raiding Raptor. Very strong card, especially if you play Raiding Raptor on 3 when you have other threats on the field they have to deal with. And then you play Pogo on 4 to bounce whatever they play on 4 in front of the Raiding Raptors, and then that's going to do good damage for 4 attack and draw you an extra card. So just a really effective way of different alternative to Line Dancing Zombie. So instead of playing another pirate deck, I am going to show you good old mid tuna, which is just, again, it's sort of like the brain freeze thing. It's another way. I do think the pirates with the headstone carver is better, but this is going to be sort of a proper control deck in the early game, and then you're going to get into the Pogo Yeti mug from there and run a little bit of extra late game with the cowboy. So I think this is the deck here. Is this the same deck list? Looks like it is. All right, so the really important card in this deck, this is sort of my take actually on a deck from the Discord called Plank Control. I just didn't feel like Plankwalker was actually strong enough. I just thought that going viral was always going to be better. So I got rid of that, added in going viral. And the other main card I actually added into this deck is the Imp Throwing Imp. I just felt like it's got a ton of value. Again, you can put this in front of basically any 1-drop, make a good trade, throw imps around the field, and especially into the black hole, which sucks minions in, so this will even be more effective. Since we're running black hole, also decided to run some excavator zombies. You can bounce the black hole off the field on turn 3, replay at a different turn. Very effective. It's also a 4/1, so really a lot of value as long as you have black hole. Make sure you don't keep this in your starting hand, unless you have a black hole in your starting hand as well. This was for the tournament. I was really running knockout, just wanted a really good way. A lot of people were running like 3-nut decks and a lot of stuff that were weak to knockout. I'll keep it in this version. It is strong. We're running 4 Rolling Stones, 3 knockouts, and really important card in this deck to run 4 landscapers. I felt like this deck could be weak a little bit to like a lot of Haunted Pumpkins and Split Peas and stuff like that, like the Chompzilla deck everyone was using in the tournament. But if you have Landscaper on the field, so on turn 3, you know, you can stick this in front of the threat that you already had, they already put on the field, which you might not be able to deal with every threat like Haunted Pumpkin. No real way to deal with that unless you get Octopulse or Dolphinado. Stick this in front of it, and then the minion they play that turn, you can nerf down to 2, so it's not really doing a lot of effectivity. It's giving you superpowers, and then you're basically controlling to the late game until you do your Pogo, which will bounce plants, Yeti, which will freeze plants, Mug reactivates everything. Mix Up Gravedigger in this deck is also cool because it reactivates the ability, since it's sticking everything in the gravestones. Reactivate the ability of the Landscaper when it pops out, also the Excavator if you happen to have a environment on the field. The Cowboy is always good just for a little bit extra damage, especially in this deck that you're kind of controlling. You know, in a pirate deck, I don't run the Space Cowboy. First of all, there's no room for it. You're anyway running all the Flame Faces and stuff, but you know, you end up with a field. Here, you're not really ending up usually with much of a field. Maybe Imp Throwing Imp is a little bit of a contradiction to that, but you're very often coming into turn 4 with an empty field that you're just controlling them with your tricks. And then playing Cowboy on turn, you know, on turn 4, dry in the first lane, can end up doing 12, 15 damage. So effective, really can control opponents too, waiting until you play your Yeti the next turn, because again, this does cover a lot of lanes since it's moving every single time it attacks. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into the game. Here we go. Heck yeah. I'll reward the fry. Sorry, we're like 9 and 0. Oh yeah, so the answer's already yes. Time for fries. Congratulations, everyone who believes in the best decks in the game. Best decks of 2021 winning. We did it. Heck yeah. All right. So very good starting hands. Do I get rid of Cowboy or do I get rid of this? See, these cards don't really work together. I wonder if this is a mistake. What could I run instead of Cowboy in this deck? I love this, though. There's not a lot of Forget-Me-Nots. I think I'm just going to ditch this one and go with the Cowboy. This should be enough to be able to control him the first few turns here. I'll just play the Black Hole when I need it. I don't think there's anything with 3 attack. If there is someone who had a lot of 3 attack minions on turn 2, which like Applesauce or maybe I would play this, ensure that it goes into the Black Hole, and then be able to Rolling Stone. But I'm not really afraid of Flaming Key, so I'm gonna rather save this and use it when it's gonna actually get more value. Frenzy with Cowboy is also really good. 2 ways of making Frenzy. One is going viral, and even better is the Frenzy superpower. He's just playing Snowdrop. I'll let this probably block. I'm probably not making a play. Anyways, the Cowboy happens. Almost want to save Rolling Stone, man. If we had played it, if I had known I'm top decking this exactly. I can actually play this next turn too if I want to. And then replay the... I don't know, man. Do I save Rolling Stone for Winter Squash? I wonder if I should. I wonder if I just Environment, play this, maybe in lane 1, and then Rolling Stone next turn, or replay the Environment. This is a tough play. We have a lot of options. Fortunately, we're picking between a lot of really cool options here. I think I'm gonna go with this play. We don't actually have to Cowboy here, and against a freeze deck, the Cowboy's not even good. Just one freeze kind of messes that up. So the play is either going to be Excavator, and then it's either going to be Rolling Stone, or it's going to be replay the Environment, and then maybe play Mix of Gravedigger and get another bounce next turn. We're definitely Rolling Stoning if turn 4 he plays Winter Squash. I know we're against rank 10. I just realized that. What's that? Oh, I see it. This has to be right. Mug looks awfully good. So does Yeti. So great too. Probably Yeti first, right? Yeti against the freeze. I'm trying way too hard here. I know. He's running vanilla in his deck. I guess at least I'm giving you the actual Snowdrop? Yeah. So keep this alive. So we can actually play Mug and then play the Environment plus Rolling Stone or plus this. Do I just Yeti here and get even more greedy? I think I do actually. Don't mind if I do. Rolling Stone. I'll probably just Rolling Stone this now, just to open up an extra lane for Mug. Running Repeat Moss with Green Shadow, not advised. Ooh, but it does kill it. Can you bounce this, please? No! Ooh, he just cleared my field with Repeat Moss. I can't believe it. What the heck just happened? Jeez. This guy's bringing it. He might be rank 10 B.
I'm probably going to forget to randomly annoy you about the speech, but anyways, can you try using Firefighter plus MUG plus Warlord to get infinite zombie strength thingy?
Not Firefighter though, just Mug. Firefighter's not worth it because you have to replay the Warlord for 5. So you spend a 4-cost card and take a 5-cost card for the field, but you have to spend 5 more to... It's not worth it, guys. This thing going viral looks pretty good. It's gonna be Frenzy going viral. You don't know how that works. Probably being too greedy. I'm being the correct amount of greedy. He growing. He growing again. That 7/6 growth room's looking kind of scary, not gonna lie. Everyone's yelling at me. Stop picking on this rank 10. Here we go, here we go. I don't think this Frenzy Strike Through is gonna do anything.
Oh, you silly
I
boy.
think it blocks
You
both
do
of them,
not
right?
bounce the warlord. You bounce mug.
You bounce the mug? Aha, you bounce the mug with the with the firefighter. That's exactly the same thing though. It doesn't make it. You're still taking a 5-cost card off the field and replaying a 5-cost card. It would be the exact same thing. Think about it. And then you have to bounce another card off the field since your firefighter gets put in a gravestone. It's a liability. It's not a good idea, guys. Don't do it. 5 and 3, I guess. You can always freeze this. Watch this guy win. Anyway, if you send me the copy pasta, I'll say it. I just don't know it by heart. It's part of the deal. Alright. I feel terrible, but we're 10-0. Beating up on this poor kid. This is how it's supposed to go. This is how we really do it. Alright, next deck. Oh, sorry. Next deck. Gigantacus. Here we go. Alright, guys. So, customarily, I'm going to show you the pirate deck. This is exactly the same as the Super Brainz version. Running your Chimney Sweep, Pirates, Pogo, Yeti Mug. The only one difference is that instead of running 3 bonus attacks and 3 environments, instead in this deck we're running 4 bonus attacks and 2 environments. And the answer and the reason for that is very simple, is that Gigantacus in his superpowers has environments, therefore you need fewer environments and more bonus attacks. Super Brainz in his superpowers, his superpower makes your guy do a bonus attack, so that's why in that one you wanted more environments and fewer bonus attacks. So this would be, in my opinion, the best Gigantacus deck. Actually, I think just uploaded this deck to YouTube. But instead of showing you yet another mid-Pirates deck, I will show you mid-Imps. This is what we came up with in the tournament, and it is not as effective in my opinion, but very effective deck nonetheless. So, where is the huge Gigantacus? I think I called this Mimps. Here it is. And that should be the deck list. Alright. So the idea of controlling with this deck is sort of a mix between the deck called Tele-Imps and the mid strategy for Pogo Yeti Mug. So the idea is to be teleporting in your imps to control, running Toxic Waste Imp, a very good card to control a lot of opponents with, especially the ones that don't have removal, like Grass Knuckle, stuff like that. So this plus the imps that you're running can definitely mess up a lot of opponents, especially if you're teleporting them in. Teleporting in Toxic Waste Imp, teleporting in Imp Throwing Imp will give a lot of value. You know what I mean? Just playing Imp Throwing Imp on the field dry, you don't want to do that. You want to teleport this in front of the minion in order for it to be throwing imps around the field and make sure that this gets a good trait. We are running in this deck the Raiding Raptor, which I do feel like is really important. The other one's Line Dancing Zombie, Raiding Raptor. This deck, Raiding Raptor, is very important. You need a way of playing around going viral. So usually a deck like this would actually be running Imp Commander, and I did test this deck with Imp Commander, which draws a lot of cards. It has the Imp synergy, but the deck was dying too badly at Shrinking Violet. Really, this is a very, very strong threat in itself. The Raiding Raptor will grow in turn 4 if they Shrinking Violet Raiding Raptor, so this still lives and still draws cards and puts a huge threat on the field. And again, you can also play the Raiding Raptor on turn 3, and then the Pogo on Bouncer on 4 to bounce whatever's in front of it, and then it hits face, draws a card, grows again. Especially with all the bonus attacks and laser-based alphas running in this deck, sometimes your Raptor will just grow so much, and then you're able to activate it and actually capitalize on that damage using the bonus attacks or the environments. Really good also since we're running teleport. We're not running actual teleport, only teleportation zombie. Teleportation zombie on 2, not an easy card to remove on 3, so you can teleport in the Raptor on 3. Make sure that hits face and starts this card really going, then come into Pogo and Yeti. and you can really just take over the game. The cool thing in this deck, which is borrowed from the original Tellim's deck, is the Zom Blob. Teleporting this in is good, or even just playing it onto the Amphibious lane, which activates it, or just onto any card, and then using bonus attacks just puts another really big threat on the field. You don't need to be gaining extra brains with Cryo Brain and with Brain Vendor in order for this to be effective. If it's turn 5, it's a 3-cost 6/5. If it's turn 7 and it has 8 attacks, it's just a huge threat, along with everything else we're running. Very effective, again, to be using Crow Yeti with 5 attacks, sometimes 7 if you have multiple Crow Yetis. Next up, Gravedigger's 5 attack, and activate those using your bonus attacks and your environments in the late game. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys get into the game. This will be the final game of the video. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 15 minutes so far. It took a little while to set up the deck, so probably on YouTube it's just under 2 hours, but yeah, it's gonna be a long-ass video. Flag Swarm Warlord Mug. Yes, I will write that down. What a great idea. I've been running so many Flag Zombie decks lately, I love it. Flag Swarm Warlord Mug. Oh my gosh, that's the best idea I ever heard. With Middle Manager. My favorite card. By the way, I'm running Jimmy Neutron. Didn't explain this before. Running Neutron Imp over, get rid of the Activator's Lay. I'm gonna keep this in my starting hand ever. I don't need 2 of those. All right, that's a pretty good hand. I'm really running this over the over Imposter. Imposter can give you an extra card, but in this version, you don't need a lot of Imp since you're really relying on Pogo Yeti Mug once you get to that stage of the game. Also, Neutron Imp with 1 environment make this a 1-cost 4/2. It does 4 damage. So even without Deadly, just 1 environment, and in HG's environments, makes this card just so much better at controlling than Imposter, in my opinion. Imposter is a good choice, though, too. I tested it with both, and it just seemed to be a lot better. It's not even professional. See, Middle Manager, we always looked at, it has to be professional. Professional is like the secondary thing. The main thing is it's a card you can throw fearlessly on the field on turn 1. If they don't deal with it, it becomes a threat because of the professionals. And if they do deal with it, they lose a card. It's just such a... and it's a card which gives you another card, which makes it so good with cards like Warlord. It makes you so good with, Swarm decks, with Flag Zombie. It's just underrated. So we have so much now. I mean, look at this field already. So it's going to be teleport something. We could have just played Raptor there, actually. Oh no, he knows. Guys, he knows. He knows. I don't actually have to start committing. These imps are actually really valuable. So I'm gonna not commit those until we need to. We have 2 teleportations on the field. He's not gonna be able to reach both of them. Ooh, I'm throwing it. That might come in handy. Cry, please, I miss my wife. Good news isn't bad news. Bad news, there's no we need to leave copy pasta.
Very cute today. Embarrassed
Good news,
smiley
we have
face.
the man, the myth,
Embarrassed
who cried
smiley
himself here.
face.
I thought it was the Starch Lord, though. Just gotta take Starch Lord off and I don't know. I have a voice right now. So what's better here? Imp throwing imp? Does this cost 2? It costs 2, right? It's a weird running grave flex. Is imp throwing imp better? You know what? It's not even worth using the environment. I'm just gonna trade these. I'm just gonna get this going. We draw an extra card. I don't need imp throwing it there. I don't have to. Oh, this guy's running. That is cool. Quite cool indeed. Probably just Toxic Waste him just to block this damage and trade it with that. I don't know what's probably right. That is not cool. Not cool indeed. This is a very strong card here. To teleport it. Maybe I'll just do this too. I know we have these. When you teleport in, though. It's huge. This deck's supposed to be played slow. No sign of any late game. So we'll get it. Apple Swasser. Nice try. Wait, was that a reincarnation? Oh, it's from genetic. Do I let him proc my block here? Because it's sad to sack toxic waste up. Does this tractor even mess this up? I don't know, man. I think I kind of want to block. I need a block. That's not a block. Bro. I need a bonus attack or something here, man. This is not what we wanted, by the way. We have such a full field. I have nothing to do here. I'll probably just spam it now. Enter Squash. Cool bean. Wait! Wow! Oh, he's just letting it hit his face. Alright, we're doing this. La-di-da-da. We might actually lose this game. I don't know what I'm doing. He's using it on the toxic waste. Yeah. He's actually running Winter Splash. What is this deck? I don't even know what's going on here. Let me get one bonus attack, please. Pogo's probably the play, right? In case he doesn't have a freeze. It's gotta be right. Also, if he freezes this, then we can teleport this one in. It's a 3-2, it's pretty good. Okay, he had a freeze. What the heck? That's a lot of damage. We actually have to protect our face here. This guy. I don't know how this guy's gonna beat us. There's some BS. All of our teleportations are We need some late game though. There's so many finishers. Just controlling him, I guess, now? Where's our late game? Needed a blob, a bonus attack. The bonus attack's a little late right now, I'm not gonna lie. It's a sad garlic. Sad garlic indeed. He's still doing... Well, no, he's not doing 4 because we're always getting imps here. We're getting imps everywhere. If he has a iceberg, I guess he uses that on this one. I don't think his chili pepper even works in this lane. Okay. So every imp trades with this. We're always getting imp here, so that's nice. We're actually not getting much. Our imp's actually gonna move out of the environment. Yeah, swap. Oh, we're running finishers. We don't have it. Pot. Let's top deck pot. Let's get a laser base just to activate these Jimmy Neutrons. Something. It's not good. It's not good here. Okay, we're just spamming. I'm running enough finishers in this deck. Just very, very sad dragon. Can I please get it? Oh my gosh, okay, at least this dies. La-di-da, so this moves out of the way. We need activators. We need something. We need a leap. This doesn't help until we get a bonus attack, though. Gosh. Dear God. Do I have to clog all the lanes? Does 3 plus something in the water just win here? Let him draw. I wonder if I just play the blob dry. I feel like if we get an activator, we can just use it on the raptor anyway. This is so sad. People are gonna be mad at me. But I don't think we can afford to take 3 damage. This means any 3 damage in the water lane just wins on the spot. This is way too close. That kills his Snapdragon, so we're actually doing 1, kind of like 2 to face. I'm not sure if that was good. trades. He only has 2 cards now. I think we're okay. Can I just get like a Yeti or something? Oh, we got a bonus. Yes. Yes, we'll probably win now, actually. He needs to either team up here, I don't know what he needs to do. If he puts 1 minion there, though, he dead. He Doom Shroomed. God damn it. Okay, so now he gets Doom Shroom. Now what? Environment. Oh my gosh, and he's drawing an extra card? Oh my gosh. Where is our Yeti? Where's our Pogo? Can we not roll a 3 here just so we can win with like a Pogo or something next turn? Okay, okay. Here's the story, guys. Here's the story. This wins in lane 1. Now, we can't take damage this turn. So unless he has a team up or a removal card, we should be fine. He did roll a 2. We can still roll a 3 here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We gotta get it. We gotta get it. It's a 2/3 of a chance we win, 1/3 guaranteed lethal on the other side. Survey says, got it. This is intelligence, right? I'm running 4 Pogos, 4 Yetis, 4 Mugs. We did not get 1. We got our bonus tag way too late. We got the blob way too. There was a bunch of times that blob would have been fine. Way too late. Anyway, that was a very, very sloppy finish to the stream, but we did pull off, barely, did pull off 11-0. Heck yeah. Best zombie decks 2021. Came up with a lot of decks. Too bad I couldn't show you every single deck we came up with. But if you want to see them, Prime Up Gaming. We got a lot of videos. Every single one of those videos were either a good deck or a fun deck. You can even cheat, look at the end, and see what the score was. Determine it based on that. Hope you guys enjoyed. That was incredible. Best zombie decks. Thanks for an awesome year. We're going to have another awesome 2022. Can't wait to show you guys all the new things we're doing too. Both in PvZ Heroes and the Roast. Maybe some other games. Hope you guys enjoyed. So happy. Peace. Subscribe.